Imagine a world where the line between hero and villain doesn't just blur, it vanishes into thin air. Imagine a figure who is the divine architect of wonders and the cold-blooded mastermind behind the ultimate apocalypse. Not quite a god, not purely a giant, but a force of pure, unadulterated chaos that kept even Odin the All-Father awake at night. We're talking about the catalyst of every major Norse myth, from gifting Thor's legendary hammer to orchestrating the most heartbreaking murder in cosmic history. His fingerprints are on every single catastrophe. Today, we unmask the ultimate puppet master, Loki, the Trickster God who burned the world just to see it glow. This isn't just a story, it's a breakdown of the most complex mind in ancient history. The intro. Welcome to Preyo Tidings, the home of legendary stories and forgotten truths. I'm your host, and today we are venturing into the fractured, brilliant, and terrifying mind of Norse mythology's most dangerous genius. If you think you know Loki from the movies, think again. The real myth is darker, deeper, and far more lethal. The outsider's origin and the blood bond. Norse mythology isn't just a collection of dusty old stories, it's a high-stakes cosmic chess match, and Loki, he's the player willing to flip the entire board just to prove a point. To truly understand Loki, you have to throw away everything you think you know about good and evil. He wasn't born in the golden, shimmering halls of Asgard. His roots lie in the frozen, jagged peaks of Jotunheim, the land of the giants, the sworn enemies of the gods. His father was Farbauti, and his mother was Laufey. But despite his giant heritage, he didn't possess the massive size of his kin. He possessed something far more dangerous, a razor-sharp intellect. Through a mysterious and ancient blood brotherhood pact with Odin, he secured a seat at the divine table. But having a seat didn't mean he belonged. He was always the anomaly in the divine equation, the outsider looking in with a smirk. He's the blood brother of the king, yet he was treated like a dangerous pet. Why is he so popular in the USA and modern world today? Because Loki represents the ultimate human struggle, the fight for identity in a world that wants to label you. He's the underdog with a chip on his shoulder, proving that brains will always outmatch brawn. The gifts and the greed, creating Asgard. Let's talk about his powers, because shapeshifting is just the tip of the iceberg. Loki is a master of psychological warfare and divine engineering. Did you know that Asgard's greatest weapons were created because of Loki's mischief?
Take Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. It only exists because Loki cut off the hair of Thor's wife Sif as a prank. To save his own skin from Thor's wrath, he traveled to the subterranean realm of the dwarves. He manipulated the master smiths, Brooker and Eitri, into a competition. He didn't just get Sif new golden hair, he tricked them into forging Gungnir, Odin's spear, and Skidbladnir, the ship that could be folded into a pocket. But Loki wasn't done. He bet his own head that the dwarves couldn't make anything better. As they worked, Loki turned into a fly, biting the smiths to ruin their work. That's why Thor's hammer has a short handle. It was a defect caused by Loki's sabotage. He provides the tools for Asgard's defense while simultaneously laughing at their dependence on him. He is the disruptor of order, the one who brings change through crisis. Wait! This story is about to take a very dark turn. Before we reveal the monsters Loki fathered and his role in the end of the world, you need to be part of our tribe. Hit that subscribe button for Preyo Tidings right now. If you believe Loki is a misunderstood genius, comment chaos below. If you think he's a pure villain, comment order. We're building the most powerful community of history buffs on YouTube, and your voice matters. The Monster Father, a legacy of terror. Now, we must look at his bloodline, the most terrifying family tree in all of mythology. Loki's secret life in Jotunheim with the giantess Angrboda produced 3 children that would eventually destroy the universe. First, Fenrir, the great wolf, a beast so powerful that the gods had to sacrifice Tyr's hand just to bind him. Second, Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, a snake so long it circles the entire earth, biting its own tail. When he moves, the oceans boil. And third, Hel, the goddess of the underworld. Half living, half rotting, she was cast away to rule the realm of the dead. The gods feared Loki's children, so they tried to exile them, but you cannot cage chaos forever. Every time the gods suppressed Loki's family, his resentment grew into a cold, hard diamond of hate. He wasn't just a prankster anymore. He became a cold-blooded saboteur. He saw the hypocrisy of the gods, how they claimed to be good while committing acts of betrayal and violence. The murder of the Golden God. The turning point in Loki's life was the death of Baldur. Baldur was the god of light, joy, and purity. He was the golden boy of Asgard, protected by a spell that made him invulnerable to everything on earth, or so they thought. Loki, driven by envy and a desire to prove that even the perfect can fall, spent weeks searching for a loophole. He discovered that the humble mistletoe was too young to swear an oath not to hurt Baldur. In a move of calculated cruelty, Loki handed a mistletoe spear to the blind god Hoder and guided his hand. The spear pierced Baldur's heart. The light of the world went out. This wasn't just a killing, it was the death of innocence. The gods tried to bargain with Hel to bring him back, but Loki, in disguise, refused to weep for him, ensuring Baldur stayed in the land of the dead. Asgard was broken, and Loki was the one holding the hammer. The eternal torment and Ragnarok. The gods finally had enough. Their brother had become their destroyer. They hunted Loki to the ends of the earth. When they caught him, their revenge was biblical. They bound him in a cavern, using the hardened entrails of his own son. Above his head, they hung a serpent that dripped burning, corrosive acid on his face. For centuries, Loki lay there in the dark. His faithful wife, Sigyn, stayed by him, catching the venom in a bowl. But every time she had to empty the bowl, the acid hit his skin. His screams of agony were so powerful they shook the foundations of the earth, what mortals call earthquakes. This is the bound god, a ticking bomb. According to the prophecy, when the world grows cold and the great winter, Fimbulwinter, arrives, the chains will snap. Loki will rise. He will lead the ship Naglfar, made from the fingernails of the dead. He will face Heimdall, the Watcher of the Gods, in a final showdown where both will kill each other. Loki is the fire that warms the hearth, but also the fire that burns the entire house down. Loki might be bound in the shadows of history, but his legacy is louder today than it ever was in the Viking Age. He reminds us that without chaos, there is no change. From ancient runes to the silver screens of Hollywood, his spirit of rebellion lives on. Thank you for joining us on this 30-minute journey into the heart of Norse chaos here at Preyo Tidings. If this deep dive blew your mind, check out our other legends. Don't forget to like, share, and ring that bell. Stay curious, stay bold, and always keep questioning the gods. See you in the next one.